Dr. Amanda Pierce brushed sweat from her brow, staring at the monitor for what felt like the 1,000th time. The figures racing across the screen defied logic. Yet, after 7 identical runs, the impossible result persisted. She pushed back. From her station, eyes sweeping over the vast underground lab hidden deep beneath Luna Base 7. At its heart loomed the Railgun prototype, Project Thunder, resting like a dormant titan. Nearly 200 meters in length, its barrel could have swallowed a small truck whole. Thick copper coils wrapped tightly around it. Along the walls, capacitor banks, each the size of a school bus, waited, storing enough power to keep a small city alive for weeks. Commander Jake Morrison's boots echoed on the metal deck as he crossed the chamber. He'd been silently observing. For hours, seasoned enough by war zones to recognize the weight in someone's expression. Hers mirrored soldiers who'd just witnessed a truth that shattered their understanding of reality. "Talk to me, Doc," Jake said, settling beside her. "You look like physics just quit and moved to Florida." Amanda turned, green eyes wide, with mingled awe and dread. 15 years in electromagnetic acceleration research, ever since her Stanford doctorate, and she thought she knew the boundaries of magnetic field control. Project Thunder had just obliterated them. "Jake, this was meant to break apart asteroids for mining," she said, nodding at the behemoth railgun. "Launch a tungsten rod to maybe 1% of light speed, shatter rock cleanly, efficiently, profitably." A holographic display lit up, cascading test results from the last 3-second firing cycle. Jake scanned them, numbers that meant little to him. "So what went wrong?" he asked. "Nothing," Amanda whispered. "It went flawlessly. That's the problem. We didn't hit 1% light speed, we hit 12%. Jake's gut tightened. 20 years commanding troops had shown him the worst weapons humanity could wield. He'd seen nukes from a safe distance, understood the horror in atomic fire, but 12% of light speed was beyond comprehension. "How much energy are we talking about?" he asked. Amanda pulled up another display, this one calculating kinetic energy. The figure made Jake's mouth go dry. A 50-kilogram tungsten rod, moving at 12% of light speed, carried the kinetic energy of a small star going supernova. A direct hit on Earth would shatter the planet like an egg. The truth struck Jake like a physical blow. They hadn't built a mining tool, but a world killer. His gaze returned to the railgun, struggling to picture the forces trapped in those coils and capacitors. "Where did it go?" he asked. "Tracked for 17 astronomical units before we lost it," Amanda replied. "It's likely still, moving through interstellar space. At that speed, it won't slow for millions of years." Jake walked to the observation window overlooking Luna's barren expanse. Earth floated in the void, blue, fragile, unaware its fate now balanced on an accident. "How did this happen?" "Your numbers were verified by teams on 3 continents. How did no one see this?" Amanda joined him. "We didn't miss anything. Our math was right for the power levels we thought we had, but our magnetic generators are channeling far more energy than they should. When we fire, something happens we can't explain, like the laws of physics hand us a free energy bonus." She handed him a tablet. "See? During acceleration, magnetic field strength spikes by a factor of 10,000. No known process allows that." "Sensor glitch?" Jake asked. "I swapped every sensor 3 times, recalibrated twice. The readings are real. We're producing fields beyond current tech." A chime signaled an incoming Earth transmission. Jake keyed the console, and Director Charles Webb of the Global Defense Initiative appeared, face grim. "Commander Morrison, Dr. Pierce, we need a full report. Deep space stations detected unusual energy from Luna Base 7. Amanda's pulse quickened. If Earth systems had picked it up, others might have too, possibly across the galaxy. "Director Webb," she said, stepping into view, "Project Thunder is far more powerful than specified. We must discuss security implications." Webb's expression hardened. How much more powerful? Jake and Amanda traded a look. There was no gentle way to say they'd created a planet killer. Sir? Jake said, "This needs a secure channel. The implications exceed our mission parameters." Webb nodded. "Understood. Transmitting encryption. This is now top-level classified." As comms switched to secure mode, Amanda glanced at the railgun. Silent, but its coils and capacitors held enough force to rewrite galactic power. They had opened a door that might never close. 3 days later, New York's morning sky shimmered, like summer heat. Commuters froze as vast geometric forms appeared overhead, each stretching kilometers, reflecting light in patterns painful to look at. In the White House Situation Room, President Helen Carter stood among generals and scientists, roused before dawn. The main screen showed satellites relaying images from cities worldwide: London, Tokyo, Moscow, Sydney, Cairo, and dozens more. Population centers worldwide reported the same event: alien ships hanging motionless over their skies. No attacks, no signals at first, yet their silent presence spoke volumes. General Peter Brooks tapped the tactical display with a laser pointer, his lined face carved in worry. "Madam President, we count 47 vessels total, all appearing simultaneously at 400 GMT. No radar returns, no drive signatures, no comms until 30 minutes ago." He pressed a control, and speakers came alive. A voice, flawless in English yet eerily artificial, resonated with an alien weight that made the room seem smaller. "Human leadership will assemble at the United Nations in New York within 24 hours. This is not a request. Failure will bring immediate consequences." President Carter's mouth went dry. She'd been briefed on possible alien contact, but always in scenarios involving gradual revelation, never a summons to judgment. Dr. Amanda Pierce had been rushed from Luna Base 7 aboard the fastest military craft available. Beside Director Charles Webb, she studied holographic scans of the alien craft. The technology exceeded anything humanity had imagined. "Their hulls are generating localized gravitational fields," Amanda said, pointing to readings that mocked known physics. "They're bending space-time itself. No engines, no exhaust. They're ignoring every motion law we know." Webb rubbed his temples. How advanced would they have to be? Thousands of years ahead, maybe tens of thousands. The energy demands should be impossible without planetary-scale generators. In orbit, Captain Lisa Rodriguez commanded UES Horizon, humanity's most advanced warship, crewed by 200 of Earth's elite. They'd trained for combat against human or hypothetical alien threats, nothing like ships existing in multiple dimensions at once. Lieutenant Kevin Murphy hunched over his console, sweat glistening. "Captain, they're generating quantum tunneling signatures. They're not fully in our dimension. They choose when to interact." Rodriguez's gaze stayed on the tactical plot. Against normal foes, her weapons could dominate. Against manipulators of space and time, they felt like clubs and stones. Any sign of hostility? Negative. They hold formation, no weapons active, just watching. On Luna, Commander Jake Morrison coordinated railgun array assembly. Project Thunder was built for mining, but now its destructive potential was undeniable. "Jake," Amanda's voice crackled over the quantum comm, impossibly clear. "Do not power the guns without my order. We still don't know why our test drew their attention." "Copy, Doc. But if it goes bad, I won't sit and watch humanity fall without firing." The deadline crawled closer. World leaders gathered at the UN, security tight though futile against reality-bending technology. From her temporary command, center overlooking Manhattan, Carter watched the alien vessel's shadow blot out city blocks, its surface flowing like molten metal, revealing impossible structures. "Madam President," Brooks said, handing her a secure tablet. "Final prep is complete. Every major nation's represented. Dr. Pierce and Webb are standing by." Carter straightened. She'd been elected to handle crises, not to speak for an entire species to godlike beings. Any word from deep space monitors? Nothing solid, but multiple nearby star systems show increased activity. Whatever they are, others have noticed. 15 minutes left. Soon she would face travelers between stars, masters of physics itself. The alien ship pulsed with inner light, a reminder that humanity's solitude was over. Whether this meant salvation or destruction was still unknown. Invariably progressed to planet-destroying uses within 2 standard galactic cycles. Director Charles Webb activated a prepared holographic projector. Above it, schematics and test results for Project Thunder floated in the air, confirming their claim of peaceful intent. As you can see, Webb addressed the alien delegation, our parameters focused solely on mining. The extreme output surprised us as much as it did your monitoring systems. Overseer Valdris examined the data, his crystalline body shifting colors as he processed the information. After a long silence, he faced the human leaders. Your intentions may be peaceful, but the fact remains, Valdris said. You have shown the ability to accelerate matter to relativistic speeds through magnetic field manipulation, a clear violation of the technological development accords established by the galactic hegemony 3 million years ago. Premier Liu Wang rose, bowing slightly. Honored visitors, we did not know such accords existed. How can we be held responsible for breaking laws we have never heard of? The temperature in the hall seemed to drop as War Prime Carnith turned his burning gaze upon them, his scaled hide rippling with patterns hinting at restrained violence. For 3 million years, the hegemony has kept peace by stopping primitive species from creating technologies they cannot control, he said. Ignorance does not exempt you from the consequences. President Carter felt the weight of humanity pressing on her. What exactly do you propose we do? Valdris gestured, summoning new images, star maps marked with symbols showing technological levels and hegemony oversight zones. The galactic hegemony offers humanity a choice, Valdris said. Submit to technological regulation and join the galactic community under our supervision. Your people will be relocated to designated worlds where development can be monitored. In return, you will receive approved technologies and protection. General, Brooks leaned forward. And if we refuse? The 3 aliens exchanged what might have been glances before Valdris replied, his mental voice carrying a chilling finality. Then your species will be declared a galactic threat. Your world will be cleansed of dangerous technology and your population relocated to a preservation facility to live out your natural lives without endangering stability. Dr. Pierce's tablet vibrated with a priority alert from Luna Base. 7. Commander Jake Morrison reporting strange energy readings from the alien ships. She dared not check while under beings who might read her thoughts. How long to decide? Carter asked. 72 hours. Valdris replied. Choose wisely. The hegemony has maintained order longer than your species has existed. We will not see it undone through ignorance or arrogance. 300 feet beneath the Pentagon, a secure bunker had become the nerve center of humanity's search for answers. President Carter sat at the head of a table, ringed by military leaders, scientists, and heads of state rushed in after the ultimatum. The 72-hour deadline loomed like a death clock. Dr. Amanda Pierce worked at a bank of computers, joined by Dr. Nathan Cole of MIT and Dr. Maria Santos of CERN, combing every shred of alien data. There's something they're not telling us, Amanda said, pointing at the quantum signature patterns on her screen. Look at these readings from their ships. The technology is far beyond ours, yes, but the data reveals inconsistencies that don't add up. Nathan leaned over her shoulder, eyes narrowing at the flowing wave-like patterns representing forces that defied conventional physics. These look like stabilization fields. Why would a species this advanced need to actively stabilize their vessels, unless there's an underlying instability? Maria pulled up fresh datasets, cross-referencing alien energy signatures against exotic matter manipulation models. Amanda, what if their technology isn't as limitless as they claim? What if there are constraints they're concealing? In Earth orbit, Captain Lisa Rodriguez held position aboard the UES Horizon, her crew tracking the alien fleet with every instrument they had. The colossal ships hovered above key cities, a constant reminder of humanity's fragile situation. But sensor operators were spotting something unusual. Lieutenant Kevin Murphy looked up, brow furrowed. "Captain, I'm picking up power fluctuations. It's like they're pulling energy from an external source just to hold their position." Deep in the Pentagon bunker, Amanda Pierce made a discovery that reframed everything. The alien monitoring devices left on Earth weren't passive. They were siphoning energy from the planet's electromagnetic field in precisely measured amounts, subtle enough to avoid primitive detection. "Mr. President," Amanda burst into the conference room, interrupting heated debate among world leaders and generals. "Their real reason for being here isn't about stopping dangerous weapons." President Carter straightened. "Explain, Dr. Pierce." Amanda projected a hologram of Earth's magnetic field, overlaid with glowing drain points spread across the globe. "They're not just watching us, they're harvesting power, and the same energy signature is present in their ship stabilization systems." General Brooks scowled. "You're saying they're stealing our electricity?" "Not exactly," Amanda replied, momentum building. "They require a constant influx of quantum-stable energy to keep their dimensional tech functioning here. Without it, their systems destabilize." Director Webb leaned forward. "What does this have to do with the railgun?" "Everything," Amanda said, pulling up Project Thunder's results. "Our railgun doesn't just accelerate matter at relativistic speeds, it produces the exact quantum-stable energy they need. We stumbled on a power source they've been extracting from other worlds for millions of years." The room fell silent. Premier Liu Wong finally spoke, voice low. "You're saying this isn't about preventing war. It's about preserving their energy monopoly." "Exactly," Amanda confirmed. "Every protected world becomes part of their grid. Our technology threatens their control of galactic energy." On Luna Base 7, Commander Jake Morrison received Amanda's encrypted findings. He glanced at the railgun arrays under construction and realized they weren't merely tools or weapons. They were the key to ending an empire built on energy dependence. "All stations," he called over comms, "stand by for new mission. Parameters. We may be about to become very important to people we've never met." Meanwhile, Amanda dug deeper into the alien energy profiles, her certainty growing. Their ships are parasitic by design. They cannot generate the quantum-stable energy needed to sustain their dimensional manipulation. They have to extract it from planetary electromagnetic fields and stellar radiation. Nathan Cole pulled up archived astronomical data on his console. "Amanda, if you're right, then every star system under hegemony control should show artificial energy depletion. Our deep space telescopes should detect it." Within hours, observatories worldwide confirmed the suspicion. Systems known to contain regulated civilizations displayed electromagnetic signatures matching massive-scale energy siphoning. The galactic hegemony had turned the galaxy into a single vast power grid with themselves at the hub. Maria Santos uncovered something even worse while decoding alien frequencies. They're not just drawing power from regulated worlds, they're draining it from the species themselves. The devices placed on civilizations didn't just monitor technology, they leached bioelectric energy from living beings. "President," Carter felt her stomach turn at the realization. Every species under protection was being bled of life force to fuel the empire. "Not just life force," Amanda added darkly. "Creativity, intelligence, the very spark of innovation. That's why regulated societies never advance past assigned limits. They're kept dependent by design." The secure comms crackled with transmissions from resistance cells across the galaxy. Humanity's discovery had spread through hidden networks unknown to the hegemony. People of Earth, came a voice in accented English. We are the Free Thought Alliance, representing enslaved civilizations in 17 star systems. We monitored your clash with the hegemony and offer aid. Your railgun technology is the first real hope we've seen in centuries. Amanda stared at the quantum comm device. How can you speak to us without detection? We hide within. The same energy patterns they use to drain us, the voice explained. We've awaited someone to uncover the truth of their parasitic reign. You've given us the missing key. General Brooks turned to President Carter, eyes hardened. Madame President, this changes everything. It's no longer submission or destruction. It's freedom or slavery for the entire galaxy. Amanda's tablet beeped. Data from Luna Base 7. Commander Morrison reported the railgun arrays were ready and that ships from many civilizations were gathering at the system's edge, all sending the same message. The age of the hegemony ends now. Earth has shown us the way. Carter rose, meeting the gaze of humanity's leaders. Then our answer is clear. We won't submit. We won't let them destroy us. We'll fight and free every enslaved world we can. The final day of the ultimatum came with alien ships crowding Earth's skies. But in the deep shadows of space, Allied vessels waited for humanity's signal. The Free Thought Alliance had staked everything on a species they'd never met, but whose revelation might change: the galaxy. President Helen Carter stood before the UN General Assembly, this time broadcast across hidden networks spanning the stars. Every regulated world would hear Earth's reply, a message that could ignite the greatest uprising in galactic history, or doom countless worlds forever. To the oppressed peoples of the galaxy, Carter began, her voice echoing across space. We know the truth of the so-called peacekeepers. We reject them. Stand with us and break the chains they've placed on our civilizations. Overseer Valdris materialized in the chamber, crystalline body blazing with fury, flanked by Warp Prime Carnith and Processing Unit 7. You doom yourselves and all who follow you, Valdris thundered into their minds. Your primitive railgun technology cannot stand against the might of the hegemony fleet. We have conquered star systems before your species learned fire. Dr. Amanda Pierce stepped forward, holding a small device that pulsed with caged energy. She had spent the last 3 days working alongside resistance scientists from across the galaxy, adapting human technology in ways the hegemony had never conceived. Perhaps our railgun designs are primitive to you, she said, activating the device. But our so-called primitive weapons can accomplish what your empire has spent 3 million years trying to prevent. The device emitted a quantum-encrypted signal to Luna Base 7, where Commander Jake Morrison's hand hovered over the activation control for 6 railgun arrays. The instruction was short, but history-changing. Operation Lighthouse authorized. Amanda's voice was steady. Begin transmission. On the lunar surface, immense magnetic field generators roared alive, not to hurl projectiles, but to broadcast pure electromagnetic energy into space. The same signal that had once drawn hegemony attention now blazed with the power of a small star. But this time, it carried more than raw force. Encoded within were complete schematics for railgun construction, power generation, and quantum field manipulation. Across the galaxy, enslaved scientists paused as their instruments captured the human broadcast. For the first time in ages, they saw designs capable of producing the quantum-stable energy their overlords needed to sustain dimensional travel, and how to turn that same technology against the Empire. On Kepler 442b, the same station where Overseer Valdris had first detected humanity's railgun test, now became a rebellion's nerve center. Generations of conscripted scientists began reconfiguring planetary power grids into massive energy disruptors instead of paying tribute. Processing Unit 7's swirling particle form twisted with something like panic as reports surged through the galactic network. Hegemony Command reports catastrophic power fluctuations on 17 regulated worlds. A Silicon Collective envoy added, energy facilities are converting to broadcast human technical data. Warp Prime Karth's scaled hide flashed in fury as his monitors showed revolt sweeping the Drakari systems. Your species has committed an act of galactic terrorism, he roared. The hegemony will erase you from history as an eternal warning. Aboard the UEES Horizon, Captain Lisa Rodriguez watched as space around Earth erupted into chaos. The concealed resistance fleet emerged, ships of every shape, sleek and organic, crystalline energy constructs, and vessels beyond human description. 300-plus vessels moving into defensive formation, Lieutenant Kevin Murphy reported. Energy readings confirm they're armed with adapted railgun tech. In the UN chamber, Valderus lifted a crystalline hand, bending reality as he summoned the might of his war fleet. Space folded, a portal blooming into existence, until Amanda triggered a second hidden device, firing a beam of quantum disruptive energy directly into it. The gateway collapsed in a storm of sparks and warped space-time. Your dimensional technology requires constant energy input to remain stable, she said evenly. We've learned how to sever that energy supply. Around Earth, resistance ships began transmitting the same disrupting frequency Amanda had used to collapse Valderus's portal. Massive hegemony vessels that had loomed over human cities for 3 days began flickering, their stabilization fields failing. Commander Morrison's voice came over comms from Luna Base 7. All railgun arrays broadcasting at full power. Every regulated world should now have our schematics and disruption codes. Warp Prime Karth tried to trigger his dimensional transport, only to find quantum static saturating space and blocking long-range jumps. This isn't over, humans. The hegemony's resources are beyond your comprehension. So are ours, President Carter answered, gesturing to holographic displays showing rebellion igniting across star systems. Every people you've enslaved is now our ally. Every drained world is striking back. Your empire, built on lies and parasitism, is coming down. The Drakmari War Prime studied the assembly, something like respect crossing his scaled face. We served the hegemony for 2 million years, believing them unmatched. If humans can challenge them, perhaps my people will reclaim independence. One by one, alien ships above Earth withdrew, not in surrender, but to lead uprisings in their home systems. Others remained, joining the swelling fleet guarding humanity's world. Overseer Valderus flickered between realities as his ship struggled for coherence. You've doomed the galaxy to chaos. Without regulation, species will destroy themselves with the technology you spread. Amanda Pierce smiled at the crystalline figure's instability. Then we'll help them use it wisely, not with domination and energy theft, but with cooperation and shared knowledge. Dr. Nathan Cole, at the rear of the chamber, activated one last broadcast. Our schematics include safety protocols and ethical guidelines. Unlike your empire, we believe intelligence can wield power responsibly, if given the chance. As the last hegemony vessel vanished from Earth's skies, Carter addressed the stars. The age of forced regulation is over. We offer what they never could, the freedom to choose your own path among the stars. 6 months later, Earth was the heart of a galactic alliance built on voluntary unity. Railgun technology now powered trade and exploration, carrying freedom's message to the galaxy's edge. On Luna Base 7's observation deck, Amanda Pierce watched ships from countless civilizations arrive in peaceful exchange. Commander Jake Morrison joined her, gazing at a sky no longer ruled by tyranny. Think they'll return? He asked. Amanda's eyes followed a Drakari vessel docking beside one from the freed Silicon Collective. Maybe, but if they do, they'll face a galaxy of free worlds who remember what it means to fight for their independence.